Hello, traders, and welcome back to my channel. I've been away for quite a long time, but I'm back. That's what is most important. And tonight, I'm going to be sharing with you my outlook for two currency pairs, and that's the CAD JPY and the AUD CHF. If you happen to come across this video and this is the first time on my channel, then please go ahead and click the subscribe button so that anytime I drop this kind of content, you can be notified about it. And in the comment section and somewhere around the bio section, the introduction section, you see the link to my two new ebooks. I wrote two ebooks recently, the Forex six-figure blueprint and the other one, Stop Making Losses in Forex. I tell you that all categories of traders actually need these two materials. The Forex six-figure blueprint, is a guide that shows you multiple revenue sources, how you can make revenue from different models in the forex market aside trading, while the other one, Stop Making Losses, talks about mistakes made by different categories of traders: beginner, intermediate, advanced, which is making you to end up in a loss, and I believe you want to stop it. All right, so just go to the link, go to the bio section, go to the comment section, introduction, you'll find the link to these resources there. All right, so let's dive into the analysis that we have for today. Like I said, I'm looking at the CAD JPY and the AUDCHF. Now, before I proceed into the technicals, I want to just quickly share a brief fundamental overview of what is happening to the CAD JPY. Now, due to oil prices, which remains positive and supportive, the CAD has been able to gain strength in recent times, and also interest rate differential rather, also favors the Canadian dollar. So that has brought, some strength on the Canadian dollar. And the Japanese yen, the Bank of Japan remains relatively dovish on interest rates and other parameters. And investors continue to fund carry trade using the JPY. So because of all these fundamentals, we have a very strong Canadian dollar and a very weak Japanese yen, giving us a bullish outlook on the CAD JPY. So since our fundamentals is, bullish on the CAD JPY, we'll now go and check out a corresponding technical to look forward to a trading opportunity. Now, there's a CAD JPY on the 4-hour time frame, and I'm seeing the formation of what looks like an inverse head and shoulder, triple bottom, whichever you want to call it. But then I'm expecting a reversal to the upside, on this. Now, price has been bearish for quite some time, so more or less we're looking at buying the dip. Now we can still take this analysis a step further, by looking at the daily time frame. Now on the daily time frame, we can see that price, is still trying to form to be a part of an uptrend, touching the trend line. Price is touching different higher lows, and price is back to the higher low. So we're expecting, a bounce to the upside. And looking at the 4-hour, we discover that price presently is, you know, around the trend line again, and that's where we have our reversal pattern. I think we can just leave it as a triple bottom pattern, and from there we're expecting a breakout to the upside. And the neckline region, we have the neckline there where price needs to break for a massive breakout to the upside. And we can draw our trend line. All right, still giving us a breakout structure to the bullish direction. So we are very, very bullish on the CAD JPY. So we have our triple bottom and a breakout. So I'll show you my potential profit range on this particular instrument using my Fibonacci tool. I love using Fibonacci. This is the recent high to the recent low. Now, this is purely a swing setup, so it should be traded purely as a swing. Now, with the neckline region around Fibonacci 38.2, we can look at that region as our proposed, like entry point. So price is expected to hit each of the Fibonacci levels: Fibonacci 50, Fibonacci 61.8, Fibonacci 78.6. These are three areas where price will touch. But since the overall trend, from the fundamental is bullish, price could as well break all those Fibonacci levels, way up to Fibonacci 161. anything is possible. But then let's just limit it for now to Fibonacci 78.6. But like I said, it could break Fibonacci 100, that's this point, and can still go as far as this other level is. So let's look at the proposed potential profit. Now, Fibonacci 50 can make us as much as $24. Fibonacci 61.8 can make us okay as much as 24 pips, 23, 24 pips, no dollars. Fibonacci 61.8 can make us as much as about 45 pips. Fibonacci 70.6 can make as much as 81 pips. Fibonacci 100 can give as much as 126 pips, and Fibonacci 161 can give as much as 258 pips. Now, all this is actually possible levels price could get to on the CAD JPY in the coming days. I said it's a swing setup, so it's a matter of days. Today's Tuesday, it's just past 10 p.m. in the night. We just crossed to the new day. So in the next couple of days or more, price is expected to get to this level. So we are very, very bullish on the CAD JPY. And other confirmations for entry would be our RSI clearly above 50 and possibly MACD above 0. So we're bullish on the CAD JPY. All right. Now, the next instrument we'll look at is the AUDCHF. Again, we'll look at the fundamentals around the AUDCHF, then we'll look at the technicals. Now, on the fundamental side, the AUDCHF is experiencing weakness. There's weakness, is bearish, fundamentally. And for the Australian dollar, it's quite weak due to China's slower growth which weighs in on Australian exports. And markets expect the Reserve Bank of Australia to be less hawkish than before. Now, these are the reasons for the weakness on the Australian dollar. And for the Swiss franc, that one is having strength. It's very strong due to Swiss franc benefits from risk off flows and strong external balances and safe haven demand, which support the Swiss franc. So fundamentally, the AUDCHF is bearish. The fundamental direction is a bearish direction. So with that being said, we just check the AUDCHF on the chart, and then we look at the technicals. Now, technically, the AUDCHF, if you start from the monthly time frame, has been in a downtrend for many months since 2012. Wow, this is the monthly time frame. This dates back to 2012. This has been on a downtrend on the monthly time frame. So we see the price is in a downtrend and price is touching the trend line multiple times, forming lower highs. Oh, sorry, higher lows, pardon me. And taking it to the weekly time frame, we can clearly see that price is still touching the trend line, and most importantly, it's touching the current candle. The range of candles at the moment is also touching that trend line, indicating we're expecting a breakout to the downside. Now, this is a weekly time frame. The current red candle is a candle for this week. Today's Tuesday. Now we've crossed into Wednesday. It shows us that in the last 2 days, entering third day now, this instrument has been bearish. Now that's showing us there's a confluence between the technical and the fundamental. The fundamental talks about a weak Australian dollar Swiss franc, and technically we're seeing exactly the same thing. Now the candle of yesterday was bearish all through. This is telling us that the sellers are actually taking over this market on the AUD CHF. If we drill down further, we'll see that there's some resistance here, which is another powerful confluence, and we can draw our trend line right there and a second one right here, giving us a rising wedge pattern. Now, we will not ignore the fact that there is a minor support zone right here that price needs to break for us to trigger a sell on the AUD-CHF. Now, price is at the tip of that minor support. So the moment the new candle closes below the support, we're going to see a massive free fall of AUD-CHF in the coming days. So we are bearish on the AUD-CHF. So what's the profit potential of this instrument? Projected profit levels. We use our Fibonacci tool. We look at our entry slightly below that rectangle box, which is the minor support zone, and we target each of the Fibonacci levels as our profit taking levels. I will start from 38.2. Fibonacci 23.6, definitely price will touch that one. So we may not put too much attention on that. All right, so let's stop at Fibonacci's 1.8 for now and see the proposed movement. Okay, Fibonacci 23.6 can actually give about 39.40 pips. That's actually not bad. It's still reasonable. Followed by Fibonacci 38.2, which can give us about 125 pips. Fibonacci 50 can give as much as 196 pips. And Fibonacci 61.8 can give as much as 263 pips. If the volatility is really strong, price can still make its way down to Fibonacci 78.6, and that will be at about 363 pips. Now, this is also a swing setup. This will take days, possibly weeks, for price to touch all these Fibonacci levels. But what is most important is the direction. And if you have a strategy that can trigger you into entry on a lower time frame, just know that I've given you the overall direction, which is bearish, and you can make your entries either on 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour time frame. But I'm sticking with the daily time frame on this particular one. So we're bearish on the AUDCHF. All right, that's the end of my analysis. If you're just joining this video, you just watch to the end as I'm speaking now, that's a good one. Go ahead and click the like button if you enjoyed what you have watched. Click the subscribe button so that when next I drop a video like this, you will be notified, and drop a comment in the comment section, and share this video also so that other traders can see it and they can learn a thing or two from the content. Now, I mentioned earlier that I have two ebooks out, which is the Forex six-figure blueprint and stop making losses in Forex. You see the link in the bio section and the introduction to this particular video, and also in the comment section. It's going to be pinned in the comment section. Do click and buy. You'll learn a lot from it. And you can also subscribe to my mentorship. Now, it's been observed that mentorship is one of the fastest ways to learn how to trade Forex. So you want to be mentored on how to trade and trade successfully, analyze the market professionally, and get results that is consistent, then click on the button that takes you to my mentorship page. I also have the link to the Telegram channel there. Click it and let's have more chats and more conversations on Telegram. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and it's bye for now.